Can't focus on me. Baby, can you focus?
What's up, y'all? It's your girl JJ and I'm back with another video. So y'all, I'm coming at y'all with another story time, but before we get into the story time, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. All right, y'all, so we're gonna jump right into this video, and this is gonna be a video about how I found out my middle school / high school crush was gay. So y'all, when I was in 7th grade, I had moved from Compton to the Bay Area like in the middle of the school year. So I had to make new friends, meet new people, just start all over. So I was super nervous about that. So the day that my mom goes to check me into school, we sitting in the office and, you know, I'm just like having a conversation with my mom, telling her like I'm nervous. Like I hated starting new schools and I always was starting a new school. So while we were in the office, at this time at the school, they will put all the kids, like if you got in trouble with your teacher, they'll send you to the office and you'll have to sit in like this row. And they had like desks in a row. So yeah. So while we in there, I'm like, I see this boy. And in this story time, we're going to give him the name Mooney. So I see Mooney and he's like making eye contact with me. But I'm like looking away because it's like, what you looking at? So I don't know how, y'all, but him and my mom sparked up a conversation and they were like literally sitting there. My mom is so friendly, y'all. Like she would literally talk to anybody and just really be having a whole conversation. So I'm sitting there like low-key embarrassed because it's like, mama, this boy is in trouble. Like you're supposed to be filling out this application to get me into the school. Like leave this boy alone. So, you know, one of the people in the office basically told him like, hey, you can't be talking. You're in trouble. Like chill out. So my mom finished up the application and then she went inside like the principal, somebody's office. So I'm just sitting there and I noticed, like, you know how you feel somebody looking at you? Like I feel Mooney just staring me down because I'm like here and he's in the row right there. So I'm just like, what is he looking at? So I kind of like look over at him and he kind of like waved to me. So I'm like wave back and then I went back to just like looking around. So he was just like, you about to start this school? And I'm like, yeah, like I'm new. So he was just like, oh, okay, like, yeah, you're gonna have to hang out with some of my friends. Like, I'm gonna have to show you around. So I'm like, oh, okay, like, sounds good. So they told him again, hey, you can't be talking. And they kind of like moved him down, like, away. So I'm sitting there and my mom is still in there, like talking to the people. So it was another new girl. And in this story time, we're going to call her Jacqueline because me and Jacqueline got a lot of story times. So Jacqueline comes, her mom is filling out the application and she's sitting next to me too. So, you know, we just like sitting there for a minute and then she says something to me. And I had eventually like said something back to her and then we kind of exchanged names and we were just like talking and stuff. And I'm like, okay, like what grade are you in? And she was like, I'm in 7th grade. And at this time I was in 7th grade too. So I'm like, okay, cool. Like we probably could be friends because she seemed real cool and down to earth. So I'm like, okay. So we're just like sitting there talking. And then eventually both our parents got done with the whole process and we was checked into the school. I'm like, hopefully they give us a lot of classes together because Jacqueline was cool, y'all. We get to the class and we're kind of like, before we got to the class, we're like looking at our schedule. So we're kind of comparing the schedule to kind of see like what classes we're going to have together. And we had a lot of classes together. I think we probably just had like maybe one class that we wasn't with each other. But other than that, all our classes was the same. So we get into the class, y'all, I'm nervous. Everybody, y'all know that new girl feeling where everybody's just like staring at you and it's just like, then the teacher tell you to go pick a seat. Like, y'all, that is like literally, that gives me so much anxiety. I hate when the teacher be like, okay, well, go find a seat. Why you don't have a seat for me? Like, why can't you just tell me to sit right here? Like, why? Because then I have to look around. And at this time, y'all, I didn't have my glasses, so I barely can see. So I'm like looking around like, where am I going to sit? Where am I going to sit? It just so happened to be like 2 seats in the back. So that's where me and Jacqueline went to go sit. So we're like sitting next to each other and it's cool because it felt like I had a friend already. So it wasn't as scary. So I'm kind of like excited for my first day. So eventually it's lunchtime. Me and Jacqueline, we just kind of like walking around trying to get a feel of the place because, you know, it was new to both of us, but it did feel good to have somebody to, you know, do it with. So as we're walking, we're going towards the lunch line. We passed like a whole bunch of different people. Like, y'all, it was so many different friend groups. So we passed like this friend group and I'm looking, but I'm trying not to stare too hard because I don't want to come off like as if I'm just like staring because I have a staring problem, y'all. I would stare somebody down and it's not even being rude or disrespectful, but I don't know. Like, I just be staring like, so Yeah, so we walked past the friend group, and the friend group that we walked past was Mooney and his friends. And Mooney had like a large range, like they had a big little friend group. It was boys and girls. So I'm just like looking, but I'm like kind of still just like walking. So I'm telling Jacqueline like, yeah, remember that boy that was in trouble? And she was like, yeah. I'm like, that's him. I'm like, I don't know why he just like keeps staring at me, smiling. I'm like, I think he liked me or something. So we get to the line and we're just like in the line talking. So as the line is moving up, we're still just having our little conversation. I just see Mooney coming from the side, like walking towards us. So I'm like, oh my God, this boy's about to walk over here and say something to me, like, oh. So he gets over there. He just like, hi, like, my name is Mooney. I didn't get to get your name. So yeah, my name is Mooney. Like, what's your name? And I'm like, oh, like, my name is Jamisha, and this is my friend Jacqueline. So, you know, they say hi to each other, and we're just like sitting there having a conversation. He's like, okay, like, where you from? Like, I was in trouble, so I couldn't really get too much information. So I'm just telling him like, oh, I'm from such and such, and I just moved out here from Southern California. And I don't know why I couldn't think of that. But yeah, I'm like, I just moved here from Southern California, and yeah. So Jacqueline is pretty much just telling him like where she came from, and we're just like having a cool little conversation, y'all. Mooney seemed really, really cool, and he was very like outspoken, and he wasn't shy. Me, I'm shy. So we're having a conversation, and eventually, you know, we get closer to the line to get our food. So Mooney was just like, okay, well, I'll see y'all later. He walks off. So I'm just talking to Jacqueline, and I'm like, he's kind of cute, because he was cute, y'all. He was so cute. He had the cutest little baby face. So she was just like, yeah, he's cool. We get our lunch, and then we go find a table to sit at. We're sitting down, and we're just like, our first date is going cool. Like, I felt good. Like, I was happy. So yeah, and that was pretty much like how that was our first little lunch, and then we had our classes together, so it was cool. I would see Mooney, and he would kind of just like smile and wave, but like, that was about it. So I want to say like a couple weeks into the school, me and Mooney kind of would like flirt a little bit. We would say little things. So one day he just so happened to ask me for my number. So I gave him my number. I'm like, okay, like, here come my house phone number. Here you go. Cool. Like, I wouldn't mind talking to him on the phone. Like, he seems really cool. So we get out of school that day, and I get home. I was probably home for like a good hour or so, and then my house phone rang. I answered the phone. It was Mooney. And we just sat on the phone like, y'all, Mooney could hold a conversation and have me cracking up. Like, he was funny as I don't know what. So we just like sitting on the phone, just like laughing. We talking mess. That boy would call me every single day when we got out of school. Like, he knew what time I got home. And plus, I didn't live too far from the school either. So he knew when I got home, and he would always call me, and we would just sit on the phone. And we kind of like built a relationship. And he was cool. Like, y'all, I thought he was just so cute. So yeah, one day he told me like, I really like you. Like, you so pretty, and like, I could see myself like being with you. Like, do you want to go out with me? So y'all, at the time when I lived in Compton, I was already in a relationship. So it was just like I know that I couldn't, how can I explain it? Okay, so I know that with me moving far away, that we wasn't going to be like how we were. So it was like, I wasn't gonna just jump into a fresh relationship when I still had feelings for him. But you know, Mooney was cool. Like, he really was cool. He was somebody to talk to, but I just wasn't ready for a relationship just yet. Plus, I was still dealing with my situation that I already had. So it was just like, I just basically told him like, yeah, no, like, I'm not ready to date nobody right now. He needs to know all my business. So I just told him that. So he was just like, oh man, like, why? Like, why you don't want to be with me? And I kind of just like explained to him, like, I'm just not ready for a relationship right now. I haven't been at this school long. Like, I want to get to, you know you a little bit more and kind of be at the school longer before I just jump into a relationship. Like, I ain't even been here 2 months yet. Like, slow down, slow down. So he kind of like understood, and that was that. He kind of, I don't know, like, his vibe did change a little bit, but eventually we got off the phone, and I was just like, okay, whatever. So y'all, one day I'm chilling in the living room watching TV, eating my little snacks, and the doorbell rings. So my mom, she goes to answer the door, and she's just like talking to a person. And I'm like, who is my mama talking to? Like, I hear her talking, but like, I don't hear the person that she's talking to saying anything. So I'm like, who my mama talking to? So she just like laughing and cracking up like, yeah, I remember you. Like, and they're like sitting there laughing and joking. So I'm like, I get closer. I'm like, mama, who you talking to? And she was like, oh, Jamisha, this your friend. Like, this is one of the boys that go to your school. So I peep my head out and I look, and I'm like, Mooney? And he like, yeah. I'm like, what you doing? He was like, oh, I got a job and I'm selling newspaper door to door. So I'm like, oh, okay. So we like having a conversation. I'm just like, oh, okay, like that's cool. You got you a job. And so my mom was just like, okay, like I'll pay for the subscription of the newspapers and stuff. So she signed up to do that, and then she just kind of like walked off, and like me and Mooney was just like sitting there having a little conversation. So he was just like, all right, well, I gotta go like see if anybody else want to buy some newspapers. So I'm like, all right, like it was nice seeing you. So then he leaves, and then I go in the room and I tell my sister, I'm like, Tori, why that was Mooney at the door? He's selling newspapers. He got him a job. And she was like, for real? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, that's so crazy. Now he know where we live. Like, y'all, I was low-key like, dang, I do not want this boy to know where I live because he gonna be trying to walk me home now. So yeah, we just like sitting there cracking up, making jokes and stuff. And I'm like, yeah, no, that's so crazy. So school come back around. And, you know, me and Mooney, we got like a cool little relationship. Like we would flirt and stuff because like I said, I did like him. I thought he was so cute because he really was. So we would like flirt a little bit, but that was that. I don't know what happened. Like it's really hard for me to speak on this subject because I really don't know exactly what happened. But Mooney used to have a lot of friends, like I told y'all, but he had like his right-hand man. And we're not going to give him a name. We're just going to call him right hand. Mooney and his right-hand man will always like be at each other's house. And so one week when everybody came back to school, it was a rumor that Mooney had, I don't know, it's so hard, I don't know y'all, but basically it was a rumor that Mooney had did something or said something to his right-hand man, and then his right-hand man like beat him in the head with like a scooter or something. So when we heard that, we like, oh my God. So I'm like, oh my God, like I hope Mooney is okay. Like what happened? Like what the hell? Like what's going on? So that was like pretty much that. And then we didn't see Mooney's right-hand man. Like he stopped going to our school, but then Mooney, he kind of was gone for like a good, like a week or two. And then he came back. So I guess he probably was in a hospital or something. I do not know. All I know is he was like gone. So when I started seeing him again, I pretty much didn't ask him about that because the rumor was crazy. So yeah, I didn't ask him anything about that, but that was going around that whatever he did, it made, you know, his right-hand man mad. He beat him in the head. That was that. So, I don't know, y'all. I started crushing on this boy. Like, even though me and Mooney would talk, it kind of went from every day to like every other day to like once a week. Like, we kind of like slowed down from talking. I started crushing on this boy. And in this story time, we're going to give him the name Austin. So, yeah. Me and Austin was so cute, y'all. Like he was so cute. He was like this tall white boy. He had like a short little haircut and like braces or like little freckles. Like y'all, he was the cutest ever, but he really thought he was like a thug out here. Like couldn't nobody tell me nothing about Austin, okay? Like he really thought he was out here thugging, like for real, like not even trying to be funny. Austin really did think he was black. I'm gonna just go ahead and put that out there. Y'all, I be attracting it'd be some crazy people I be dating. But anyways, so me and Austin would kind of like flirt. And he was the cutest to me. So we exchanged numbers and we just started talking. And it was crazy because me and Austin was probably talking for like a good, I want to say like a good month. That's it. I promise y'all. Me and Austin started talking for like a good month. And then we started dating. By then, you know, Mooney is back at the school. But we kind of like not speaking as much. Maybe he thought I heard the rumor and I didn't want to talk to him. I don't know. But we kind of like shifted and we weren't talking as much. We would still like say hi and bye and stuff, but we wasn't talking on the phone like that. So when me and Austin started dating, like it was public, like everybody knew because y'all, like I feel like everybody thought it was just like, okay, Austin and Jamisha, like it just looks so different. So we had, oh my God. So y'all, it was drama. Like me dating him was really drama. I don't know what upset people about me dating this boy, but we really had drama. Like people would really be like, yeah, like you need to break up with him. Like y'all, it was crazy. So when Mooney found out that me and Austin was dating, like he was mad. When I say mad, like he was livid. So he like low-key pressed me like, oh, so you dating him and woo, woo. And I'm just like, yeah. He's like, well, when I asked you out, like you told me no, but then you gonna go date him? I'm like, yeah, like it's different. Like, y'all, I really couldn't explain it, but it was just something about Austin. Like, oh, that was my boo, okay? So he was upset. He was mad, but he was just like, okay, like it's cool. It's all good, whatever. And that was that. And like me and him kind of like stopped talking. Like it wasn't beef, but it was like Like, oh, okay, bet. It was like something like that. But on my end, it was all love. Like, it was all love, I promise. Yeah, I had like different friend groups. So I had other friends and stuff. So I would still hang out with Jacqueline, but I also had other friends too. And we kind of would hang out together, and then we kind of wouldn't, you know, I had my separate people that I would hang out with. So Mooney had this friend, y'all. And when I say that all she would do is just mad dog me, every time Mooney would say anything to me, like, that's all she did was mad dog me. Like, he would leave the friend group because she hung around him and everybody else. And like, when he would be talking to me, I could just feel her mean mugging me every single time. It never failed. If I'm sitting there having a whole conversation with Mooney, I could just like look over and see her just like standing there, just like looking like, So me and her never really had a conversation. That's the crazy part. We never spoke, never said hi, never said bye, nothing. So one day, me and my sister Tori, we was like, we should catch the bus to the mall and go take some pictures. Because y'all, everybody would take pictures and be passing them out. So I'm like, yeah, like we should go do that. So we get ourselves together. We head to the mall. We go take some pictures. Y'all, I thought it was the cutest ever. I would really always take pictures and be passing them out to any and everybody. So we get our pictures. Pictures are super cute. We head back home and I'm like, okay, cool. Let me write on the ones that I'm about to, you know, get these to. So y'all, I'm writing to all my friends, of course, of who I wanted to get my pictures to. So, of course, I wanted to give one to Mooney because me and Mooney was super cool. And I wanted to give him one. Like, even though all the stuff that happened when I started dating Austin, me and him was still cool. So, I'm writing on his the same thing I wrote on the back of everybody's. You know, like, I hope you like this pic. I put the year and all that. You know, you sign it and do all of that. So school come, I'm passing out pictures to all my friends. Like, here you go, here you go. I see Mooney, he with his friends, so I walk up to them and I'm just like, hey Mooney, and I'm talking to him and I'm like, yeah, I got some pictures, like I want to give you some pictures. As I'm reaching in my bag to give him these pictures, his homegirl Mad Dog is like mad dogging me. Like, she's just like looking. Like, she's not saying anything to me because she would never say anything to me. She would just look at me crazy and I would ignore it. Like, I promise y'all, like, she literally was like a fly on the wall because I would ignore her. But I'm like just giving him the pictures and stuff. And she just like looking like, she thinks she cute. So I'm like, yeah, Mooney, like I want you to have all 3 poses. And, you know, like I'm just like talking to him because like by now we're friends. Like we cool. Like that's the homie. So now we're going to skip until the last day of 8th grade. Mooney had left that school. So it's been like a whole year. He's gone. We still kind of talk like every now and then. But that's about it. He and my homegirl Faith, we're walking. And we're walking to leave out the school because, like I said, last day of school, everybody leaving. We're hugging, stopping, talking to people. But we're, you know, making our way out the school. As we're making our way out, I see Mad Dog walking down, like walking towards us. And so Faith was cool with her. Faith didn't have no problem with her. She was cool with like a lot of people, but she just didn't like me. So as she getting closer, she was like, what's up, Faith? And Faith was like, oh, what's up, Mad Dog? You know, because it's been a year. They at the high school now. She's talking to her. They're like having a full-blown conversation. I'm just kind of like looking away and, you know, because they're having a conversation. Like I'm still with my homegirl, but they're, you know, they're talking. So as I'm just like looking away and just, you know, minding my business, waiting for them to get done with this conversation, Mad Dog turns around and she looks at me and she was just like, you still mess with Mooney? And I was like, huh? Like, what you mean? And she was like, yeah, like you still, like that's still your boyfriend? And I was like, no, like that was never my boyfriend. I'm like, no, that's not my boyfriend. And she was just like, oh, that ain't what I heard. And I'm like, bitch, like I do not want to have to fight you like you. Like this girl was really, really tall. Like she was freakishly tall. So I'm just like, what you mean? Like, what's funny? Like, what you talking about? And she was just like, yeah, like you Mooney girlfriend. He be telling everybody like y'all date and stuff and that y'all smashed. And like she just like telling me like, yeah, he got your pictures all on his binder. Like he be at the high school telling everybody that, you know, like he you. So I'm like, y'all, at this time I'm mad because I did not play about people trying to spread rumors about me. So I'm irritated because it's like, boy, why are you? I'm in 8th grade. I'm still at the middle school. You in high school. It's been a year. Why are you telling people that we dating? Why? Yeah, you got these pictures because everybody got these pictures. Y'all, everybody had pictures of me. So I'm just like, that's so weird. So I'm irritated. I'm just like, what? Like, no, I ain't never did nothing. I'm like, I'm a virgin. I was a proud virgin. So I'm like, yeah, I'm a virgin. I ain't never did nothing with nobody. Like, I don't know why he up at that school telling people he did something with me. Like, that's a lie. We ain't never did nothing. So now I'm hot. Like, I'm heated. And I'm like talking like, yeah, no, he got me messed up and ooh. And she was like, oh, that's crazy. Like, he's really going up there. Like, she kind of like, she wasn't, like, at first I felt like she was weird about it. But when she saw me, like, going off, like, getting mad about it, she kind of, like, was just like, oh, yeah, like, that's crazy. Like, that's weird. Like, why would he do that? That's messed up. I'm like, yeah, exactly. I'm like, I've never did nothing with nobody. And Faith like, yeah, no, that's a lie. Because, of course, Faith knew everything. She was my best friend. She knew. So she was just like, yeah, no, my best friend ain't never had sex before. So, yeah, that's a lie. So she was just like, oh, okay, like, you know, like, that's crazy. But yeah, that's basically what he was going around saying. So y'all, I'm mad. I am irritated. Like, of course, I can kind of hide my irritation a little bit, but I'm mad. I'm ready to go home, call him up, and cuss him out. So they're still just like having a conversation, and then eventually Mad Dog leaves. And so me and Faith, we're talking, and I'm like, Faith, I'm so mad. Like, why is he lying on me? Like, why are you spreading rumors about me? That's so weird. Like, who does that? So Faith is trying to like talk to me about it, and she's just like, girl, like, don't trip off that. Like, you know the truth. Don't let it bother you too much. You know, like, call him, press him, all that. But, you know, like, don't let it make you too mad. So I'm listening to her, but y'all, I didn't want to hear none of that. But it's just like, don't nobody want no rumor to be spread about them, and it be like some weird off the wall type, you know? So I felt some type of way. So I'm just like, okay, yeah, I know. I'm like, but all right, girl, like, I gotta go. So she ended up walking to the bus stop. I get home because I live right across the street. So I walk home. As soon as I got in the house, like, y'all, I took my backpack off, grabbed that house phone, and started dialing his number because I'm like, oh no, he got me messed up. So I call him, and I'm just like, he answered. He like, hello. I'm like, Mooney, what's up? Like, I heard you going around telling people at the high school that you did something with me like that. We smashed and I'm your girl and all this. I'm like, why are you up there lying? Like, why are you telling people that? Like, that's so weird that you would lie and make up this crazy lie at that. He's like, oh, I never said that. Woo. I'm like, well, your homegirl Mad Dog, she told me that you said that. Like, she told me that that's what you going around telling people at the school. And I'm like, yeah, she was kind of like weird about it, but still, like, that's what she told me. So he like, oh, Mad Dog messy. Like, she weird. Like, why she going up there saying that? I'm like, well, that's what she said. I'm like, so please don't be lying on me, making up lies. That's weird. Like, don't do that to me. And I believed her. Like, I really believe that he did say that because he did have my pictures on his binder. And at this time, niggas was lying on it all the time. Y'all know how niggas be lying on their dick. So yeah, I knew she was telling the truth. So I'm just like, yeah, okay, Mooney, like, all right. So I hang up the phone and I'm irritated because I'm just like, bro, he's so weird. Like, y'all, I was so mad about that. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I was hot. I ended up going to a high school, and Faith ended up coming. Well, Faith was already in that area, so then we moved in that area too. Mooney's younger brother started going to school with us too. So I'm just like, oh, like, dang, like, it's been a minute. I haven't talked to your brother in so long, but you know, I'm just like asking, like, how is he? How he been? All of that. And he's just like, oh, like, he good and stuff. So y'all, eventually we all started hanging out. So it's me, Mooney brother, and Faith. One day I'm walking with his little brother, and I see Mooney. And I'm just like, oh my God, like, look at Mooney. Like, it's been a minute. He's older. We're both older. Like, dang, like, it's been a minute. So we see each other. We say hi. We hug. And we're just, like, having a conversation. And I'm just like, dang, like, I haven't seen you in so long. And y'all, Mooney was looking real good. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, okay, like, you looking kind of good. Like, I didn't even care about the rumor that he spread it back when I was in 8th grade. Like, I didn't even care no more. Like, because I'm looking like, and I didn't even go to that high school that he was at, even spreading that rumor. So yeah, so we're just like catching up and we're just like talking, and I don't know, them old feelings was coming back, and I was like, okay, like, yeah, Mooney looking good. So we exchanged numbers, and we kind of was just like talking for a minute. I want to say we was talking for like a good month. So he was just like, okay, well, I'm coming up there to pick my brother up. So, you know, like, I want to see you. I'm like, okay, cool. Like, we can walk to Jack in the Box or something. So he was like, all right. End of school comes. So we're just like walking. Mooney meets us at Jack in the Box, and we just like get us some food, and we're just like sitting there having a whole conversation. In the midst of us having a conversation, he was just like, y'all should come back to our house. And I'm like, okay. And at this time, y'all, I was feeling Mooney. Like, he was looking good. Like, he ain't little Mooney no more. He big Mooney now. So I'm like, okay, cool. Like, I'll come. So we walked to their house. They didn't live too far from the school, but it was close to the bus stop that me and my sister had to get on. So I'm like, okay, cool. Like, when we leave your house, we could jump on the bus and go home. So we're walking, and me and Mooney just like talking. He like got his arm around me, and we just like laughing and joking. Like, it was cool, y'all. So we get to their house, and we're just like chilling. we all in the living room just like watching TV. His parents wasn't home. So yeah, we're just like watching TV. They pulling out all the good snacks. So we're eating snacks. We're just like laughing and talking. And we're just like, you know, like it was cute because it was like, okay, I've been knowing you for so long. And yeah, we had our little hiccups, but we never took it anywhere. But you know, like now we probably can. Like we're older now. So we're just like smiling in each other's faces, just like flirting and stuff. And that was pretty much that, y'all. It started getting a little bit later, so I'm just like, okay, like we gotta go, we gotta get on the bus, you know, get home, because my mama gonna be calling in a minute. So he was just like, all right, we're gonna walk you to the bus stop. So him and his little brother walked me and my little sister to the bus stop. The bus eventually come, we hug them, they go back home, we get on the bus. So Mooney calls me and we're just like having a cool little conversation, and he just like, yeah, it's crazy how you didn't want to date me like when we was in middle school, like, and now we grown, like, what's up? And I'm just like, well, what's up? And he was just like, yeah, see, you be playing. I'm like, no, you be playing. So we're just like talking and like flirting, like, y'all, the chemistry was there, like it always was there, but it was just like, I don't know. So we're just like flirting back and forth, and that was pretty much that. He was just like, but nah, you should come back over tomorrow. So I'm like, okay, as long as y'all got them snacks on deck, I'll be there. And we're just like laughing. He's just like, all right, well, let me get to my homework and then I'll talk to you later. So I'm like, okay. So next day, like I already had told Mooney little brother, like, yeah, I'm gonna come to your house today. Mooney want me to come over today. So he's just like, okay, cool. So it's the end of the school. We're waiting for Mooney in the front of the school because he was like, he just gonna meet us like in the front. So we're waiting for him. He gets there and, you know, we hug and stuff, and we're just like squeezing each other tight. We get to the house, and this time he was just like, okay, like come in my room. And I'm like, all right. So I go in his room and we're just like chopping it up, having a conversation. We're sitting on the bed and I'm like sitting to the side and he's like sitting in front of me to the side, and we're just like talking and stuff, like laughing and joking. I'm pushing him, like all that. Y'all know how y'all do when y'all be flirting. So yeah, so we're just like sitting there talking and stuff. So Mooney reach in and give me a kiss. So, you know, like I kissed him back because I did like him. So we're kind of like low-key kissing. So then he gets up and he's still like kind of kissing me. And he's kind of like trying to lay me down. Y'all know how boys be when they trying to kiss you and lay you down so they can get on top of you. So that's what he was doing. And I kind of was like pushing him off because I'm like, you know, no, I'm not about to lose my virginity. Like, I told you I was a goody-goody. So he's like, so what, you don't want to do nothing with me? And I'm like, no, I'm a virgin. I'm not trying to lose my virginity. Like, no, like, yeah, we've been talking and stuff, but it's going to take more than us just talking and rekindling for, you know, me to just want to just get my legs open and give you all that I got. So he was just like, man, like he got mad. Like he got so mad. And I was just like, oh, that went left. Like, I'm happy I didn't do nothing with you. Like, look at you. So he was just like, man, it's cool. Like, it's good. It's all good. And he like sat down and he was mad. Like, y'all, he was so mad that I did not want to have sex with him. Like, he was heated. So I'm just like sitting there looking around because it's like, is this the part where I leave? Because what's like, what? Like, I don't know. I couldn't stand boys back then. Like, they really irritated my soul. So it like got awkward and silent. So I'm just sitting there and I text my sister like, we about to leave. And so she was just like, okay. So I was just like, all right, Mooney, well, I'm about to go because yeah, I'm about to go. So he was just like, it's cool. Like, all right. And I'm just thinking like, dang, the energy changed. So I'm like, you're not gonna walk us to the bus stop? And he was just like, yeah, no, tell my little brother to walk with y'all. So I'm like, all right. So I leave and I'm just like, oh, he's weird. So I ended up telling his little brother like, yeah, we about to leave. Like, do you want to walk us to the bus stop? You don't have to, but yeah. So he was just like, yeah, I'm gonna walk with y'all. So we're just like walking and stuff and we're talking, and then we get to the bus stop, the bus come, me and my sister get on, and then Mooney little brother walks back home. So while we on the bus, I'm telling my sister like, he got mad because I didn't want to do nothing with him. So my sister like, what the fuck? Like, what? And I'm like, yeah, he really got mad. I'm like, we was kissing and it was cool. I said, but then when he tried to push me, you know, push me down to try to get on me, I kind of was like, yeah, no. Like, I kept lifting up like, yeah, no. Like, like, I'm not ready for that. And so my sister was mad because she was like, oh, he's weird. Like, why would he do that? Like, he's so weird. Like, it's like, come on now. Like, it wasn't that deep. I'm like, yeah, but he got mad, like really, really mad. I'm like, yeah, I doubt if I talk to him again. I'm like, I'm cool. Because once the boys showed me that that's all that they wanted, they never heard from me again. So we're just on the bus and I'm just like mad because I'm just like, dang, that's crazy. Like, I've been knowing you for so long and that's how you gonna do me? So we get home and that was that, y'all. Weeks go by. Me and Mooney did not talk to each other. Like, he was not calling me, was not texting me. I didn't hit him up either because it's like, I'm not about to chase you. So that was that. We completely stopped talking, y'all. I didn't hear from Mooney, like, for a long time. So yeah, so one day I'm at Cash House and I'm on this computer and I'm just like on MySpace just scrolling and, you know, just heart and stuff and scrolling. And I come across Mooney's page. And Mooney used to be active on MySpace, but then he kind of like wasn't active on MySpace. But then I'm like, oh, okay. So I click on his page because I seen, so like his profile picture was different. So I clicked on it and I go and I look. I'm scrolling through Mooney's Facebook page. I mean, Facebook. I'm scrolling through Mooney's MySpace page and I just so happened to like come across this picture that was on his page. So I'm looking at the picture and I'm like, I was taken back for a minute because in the Bay Area growing up out there, gay pride is like really big. Whether you were gay, you're straight, whatever, like everybody was at gay pride. So I was confused. Like I was sitting there really confusion because I'm like, hold on, is Mooney gay? What? I was really like sitting there staring at the computer screen for a minute, y'all. Like I was really staring at the computer screen because I was so lost at what I was looking at. So y'all, Mooney was at gay pride, but he was dressed like in neon colors, like, you know, rainbow colors with a group of people. So I'm just looking like, and I'm just looking like, y'all, I'm really just scrolling and it's so many pictures. So I see a picture of Mooney and he got his arm like up and like he's posing like, you know, a flamboyant, you know, gay man. So I'm like, I'm really shocked, y'all. Like, I swear I was so shocked because I'm like, no, hell no. Like, no. The type of person that Mooney was, I'm just like, no. I'm not, maybe I need some glasses on because I can't see what's going on right now. So I'm just like looking and I'm like, oh my God, like Mooney is gay. Like, and it wasn't a problem that he was gay. It was never a problem. I love gay people, like, a lot. It was never even a problem that he was gay. It was just it was more so of me being shocked. Cause I'm like, no, like the type of boy that he was, like he was super like, I don't want to say thugged out, but he was like one of them young niggas that was with the shit. Not with the shit like that, but like, you feel me? Like, I can't say thugged out, but he was like, how can I can't even really explain it. But he was like low-key kind of like turned up. So it was just like more so like a shocker. Cause I'm like, this is crazy. So, you know, I just like the picture, like all the pictures. And I'm just like, okay, like, all right. So I ended up telling Cash, I'm like, yeah, no, like this boy that I used to like have this big old crush on, I'm like, I just seen him at gay pride. And, you know, like I see him dressed up like, you know, like he is gay. So he was just like, oh, okay, because he knew of this person. Like he knew of them because, yeah. So, yeah. I'm just like, this is crazy. This is crazy. So y'all, I was so shocked, like so shocked. But I ended up like messaging him and I was just like, hi Mooney, like how you been? And he was just like, I've been good. Like we kind of like having a little conversation and like it wasn't weird or nothing. Like most definitely I'm accepting of anything. But it was just, I swear I was just so shocked. Like I didn't expect it. I think that's pretty much what it was. So we just like kind of like having a little conversation and stuff. And that was pretty much that. We had other conversations like on social media, like we were friends on like Twitter, and this was like my old Twitter, so yeah. But eventually like he kind of like unfollowed me on Twitter, and then we were friends on Instagram like when Instagram first came out, but I don't know, he unfollowed me on Instagram. I don't know why he just don't like me. Like I really can't even put my finger on why he don't like me, but y'all, he just do not mess with me when it comes down to social media at all. So yeah, but it was no beef, no nothing. Like it's still all love. Like I would never judge nobody off their sexual preferences ever. But yeah, Mooney just do not fuck with me at all, at all. But yeah, y'all, that is how I found out that he was gay. And like eventually, of course, like seeing on social media, I was like, okay, like this is real. Like this is not fake. But I am kind of happy that, you know, he did come out the way he came out, because it's like, you know, everybody deserves to be happy regardless of what the situation is. But yeah, y'all, that is how I found out that my little Mooney did not like me no more. I'm like, dang, did I do something wrong? But yeah, y'all, that is the ending of this story time. I hope y'all enjoyed this story time. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I love y'all so much. All right, y'all, bye.